afternoon, welcome back to the Championship predictions. It feels like a long time since we've done this. Thank God the international break is finally over. Now, last predictions, I went up against Cookie and he actually beat me. We both got quite a few predictions right, but he beat me 3-2, meaning that the guests are still beating me. I've got a lot of work to do. And last time Michael was on the channel, what was the score, Michael?
Oh, wow, comprehensive 3-0 to me.
Yeah, Michael was the second or third guest on the channel and he humiliated me 3-0, so today it's time to get some revenge. So let's get straight into it then with Friday night's game. Coventry City in Friday night action yet again on Sky Sports. It's the St Andrews derby, Coventry versus Birmingham, and it's a hard one to predict. I just think with Birmingham's Championship experience, I think we're going to struggle to break them down. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for a comprehensive 3-0 victory.
To Coventry?
Yeah, they're not a bad team, but they're better away from home. If you look at their stats, they don't win many games at home. They're not a home-based team. I don't know what it is, and we're good at St Andrews. Look at the last time we played them when we had a League One squad. We didn't look like conceding against them, really. They scored a fluke cross. And, you know what I mean? I think we'll win 3-0, and I hope we do, just because I've got a lot of friends that are Blues fans, and it's just going to be fantastic to see.
Wow, yeah, Michael being controversial there. Right, the next one then is on the Saturday, and it is Bournemouth against Reading. Now, Reading obviously got off to that great start and starting to fall away, but they are still top. As for Bournemouth, they've had a pretty good start. I think they've only lost the one game so far. So it's a difficult one. I think the international break came at a good time for Reading as they were starting to go into bad form. And I think they're going to come back and get a result here. I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Bournemouth.
3-1 to Bournemouth?
Yeah, Bournemouth are probably one of my best sides we've seen this season. And Reading are garbage. They are garbage. I don't know how they were top of the league because we made them look. We're garbage. But they're worse garbage because we beat them 3-2, and I just thought they were crap. You mark that big striker out of the game, and it's game over for them. They're awful team, and I can't see them winning till Christmas. They look naff.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay, let me know what you think of that, Reading fans. I'm sure you're not going to take kindly to that. Okay, the next game then is an interesting one. It's Barnsley versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Barnsley have started to pick up a few results. They've moved up the table. They're tending to win quite a few games at home, but they did beat Derby away last time out. As for Forest, they're a bit better under Hughes. I think they won their last 2 games before the international break, so I think this is going to be a tight game. Just going to edge towards the home team. 1-0 Barnsley.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. Barnsley are not a bad side. And I think with Mario Balotelli, it's unbelievable. Imagine they signed him. I just wouldn't want to watch them against us. I just wouldn't. But no, 1-1, I think that's a fair result. I think it'd be a late equaliser for Nottingham Forest.
Okay, alright. The next game then is Bristol City versus Derby County. Bristol City getting off to a fantastic start to the season, going up against Derby, who have just got rid of their manager. And I think with Bristol City's solid start, they're going to ease past this Derby, who are bottom of the table and have been rubbish so far. Bristol 1, Derby 0.
I think it'll be like 3-0 Bristol.
Okay.
Derby, like I said in the previous video, they're pinning their hopes on Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was over the hill about 3 years ago. I don't understand why he's still starting for him, and it's just sacking their manager is just going to make it worse for them, I think. Like, you look at their squad, it's more than capable of doing something in this division, but they just don't want it. You can see they don't want it. And I think Bristol City will wipe the floor on 3-0.
Wow, okay. The next prediction then is, the next game then is Luton Town versus Blackburn Rovers. And this is a clash of 2 teams that are around mid-table and probably looking at possibly sneaking into the playoffs this season. Luton doing better than expected. And either team could win this. Blackburn on their day, one of the best teams in the league, having scored the most goals. But Luton Town are proving to be quite a hard team to play against. So I'm actually going to go down the middle and say 1-1.
2-2 for me.
2-2?
Yeah, both teams that like to score goals. And like Matt said, you can either get the good Blackburn or the bad Blackburn. But I think it'll be 2-2.
You think that'll be the in-the-middle Blackburn?
Yeah, I just think they're like 2 teams that are going to try and outscore each other. Because if Blackburn, they're very good away from home. Some of the results they pull away from home are really, really impressive. But yeah, I think 2-2. I don't know. Yeah, 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Okay. The next game then is a clash of 2 teams that have had a fairly decent start to the season. Middlesbrough with the best defensive record going up against Norwich, who are starting to hit a bit of form. Now this is a really hard one to predict. I think both teams are solid. Both teams are definitely going to be in the top 8 or 10 teams. Probably both in the top 6 realistically. and I'm going to go for another draw, 1-1.
I'm going to go 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah, because when we played them, they didn't look expansive, did they, Middlesbrough? They tend to try and nick games 1-0. And Norwich have got experience. I think 0-0. I think they'll cancel each other out. I think Middlesbrough are quite happy at the moment to be defensive and sneak the goals here and there. Who's the manager now? Warnock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very old school, Neil Warnock, and he doesn't like giving away cheap goals. So I think 0-0 would be a good score.
0-0.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one then is Millwall versus Cardiff. Millwall just outside the playoffs. They've had a decent start to the season. As for Cardiff, they are in the bottom half. They haven't been as good as I thought they would. I actually predicted them to finish third this season.
They did this last year, didn't they? They started slowly last year.
Yeah, they've not been great so far. Hopefully, for their sake, they'll pick up. I do think they'll get something here, though. I think both teams are quite evenly matched, and I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Millwall.
2-1 Millwall.
Yeah, I just fancy Millwall to do. Like Cardiff don't start well, and then notoriously don't start well. They build as the season comes on, and they finish really strong. So I think maybe the turn of the year will start turning around. But I think Millwall 2-1.
Okay, the next game then is Preston North End going up against Sheffield Wednesday, who have got the new manager Tony Pulis in. And I don't think there's going to be many goals in this game. Both teams haven't scored many so far, but both teams haven't conceded many so far. So I think it'll be a tight game, especially with Pulis as the manager. I just fancy Preston to get the result here, despite them not being great at home so far this season. I'm going to back Preston 1-0.
Preston Preston going to win 2-0. I think Sheffield Wednesday going down. I'll stick by my previous video with Matt. Tony Pulis isn't going to keep you up.
Oh, he isn't going to keep them up.
No. 2-0 Preston.
Okay, wow, okay. The next one then is Queen's Park Rangers against Watford. It's a hard one to predict. I think QPR have been very unpredictable. As for Watford, they've been good, but at times they've been a little bit frail. I mean, Coventry, we managed to score 2 against them, and we're not doing great. I do think QPR will give them a good game, but Watford to just win this one. QPR 1, Watford 2.
I'm going to go 1-0 Watford.
1-0.
Yeah, sneak a little 1-0 one.
Yeah, okay. The next game then is Stoke City going up against Huddersfield Town. I don't know, I mean, it's not really an easy to predict game. They've both sort of been inconsistent. They're both flirting around mid-table. I just fancy Stoke being at home. Stoke 2-1.
I'm going to go Stoke 3-0.
So 3-0?
Yeah, Stoke.
Wow.
I said to you at the start of the season, didn't I, that Stoke are one of my favourites to go up. You look at their squad, it's so good. Like, they've got so many seasonal and internationals at this level, it's priceless. And they won 4-2 the week, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
so they're starting to pick up some results, and I think they'll blow them away. 3-0.
Wow, okay. The next game then is Swansea City, who've been pretty good so far, going up against Rotherham United, arguably the most stable of the teams that have come up so far. I think Rotherham have always been tight in all the games they've played. They haven't been panned by anyone.
No.
So that's why I think they'll be in this game. But with Swansea, I just think their quality is going to show through. So Swansea 1, Rotherham 0.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just Rotherham they've proved it this season, they're no pushovers. I thought they'd be literally right, because you look at the last 10 years, they've been a very yo-yo team. Kind of like up, then down. But I thought they'd be the same this season, but I think they'll do alright this year. I think they'll stay up. I think they'll stay up quite comfortably, because they seem difficult to break down, and they're not shipping loads of goals. They're not scoring a lot of goals, which is concerning. But yeah, I think they'll get a 1-1 out this thing. They're no pushovers, and I think people need to give them a bit of respect. I think they're alright.
Yeah, okay. And the final game is another team that got promoted last season, Wycombe Wanderers, but they're at home to Brentford, who have been pretty good. But I mean, fair play to Wycombe Wanderers, because they're causing a lot of teams problems. They're not really getting panned by many teams. Other than that Blackburn 5-0, I think they've been in every game they've played. As for Brentford, obviously, I tipped them to win the league. I think they've had a slow start, but they will get better. But I'm gonna back Wycombe here. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. That's a good result for Wycombe as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna be controversial here. A 1-0 Wycombe.
1-0 Wycombe.
Yeah, why not? You got to back the little.
Wycombe fans are gonna love us with us predicting like 2 decent results.
They're just physical, aren't they? They got Akin Fenwell up front. Their centre halves are not gonna like him bullying them off the ball. They started slow, Wycombe. I think they lost their first 7 or 8, didn't they?
That's right.
And then they bagged 2 wins back to back. Got a draw and then 2 wins.
Yeah.
So you think that the international break probably come at the wrong time for them.
Yeah, they're starting to hit a bit of form.
Yeah, a bit of consistency. But nah, there's an ex-COD player that I like, Jack Brimmer. He plays for them. I just like to see them do well. They're like my little second team in the Championship. I like to see them do well, because they shouldn't be here, really, should they? If the season finished on a par,
they would probably would have finished about 12th, 13th in the division last year because they started falling off big time.
Yeah.
And that points per game thing. But now I think Wycombe 1-0.
Yeah,
Go on,
no,
Wycombe.
yeah, it'd be nice to see Wycombe stay up and get a few results. But yeah, that concludes all of our predictions, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. Obviously, it's fine to have a different opinion. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We are well past 1,000. Let's keep moving forwards. And we'll see what happens at the weekend. See you in the next video, guys. Peace out.